actually believe that Usyk is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world because of the monumental achievement and dethroning Tyson Fury and beating Anthony Joshua twice, then you want him to be the one holding your belt because he's going to bring all the eyeballs to your event. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with all the steams. Let's get cooking. Guess what? Just 48 hours after Usyk becomes the first person to hold all 4 belts since 1999, he just gets stripped off by the IBF, bro. The IBF. Who is wrong in this, if I may ask? Is the IBF right? In fact, what is next for Usyk? What is actually next for Tyson Fury? It's your boy Pretty Boy J. Good to have you back right here on Pretty Boy J's channel. Stay tuned and let's find out. Now, before dinner gets served, in boxing and combat sports in general, there are rules that forces the champion to fight the #1 contender of his weight class and division. This is done so you have the best fighter holding the belt. Why is that important? That is important to make sure that the people have faith in the belt. Mind you, if the people do not believe that the best is the champion, guess what? The business falls apart. Up and coming fighters have nothing to look forward to because no one believes in the impossible task of becoming a champion makes you the best fighter in the world. Now, this is what people must understand. The belt is actually meant to be a symbol of ultimate dedication and triumph. It's actually a way to validate the hard work the fighters have put in. And people must respect that, bro. The only way people are not going to respect that is if they believe actually that the best is not the one holding the belt. So it is very critical to always make sure the best is the champion. That is the game.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
Now, the main reason why we are here today. The #1 belt that Usyk is champion of is the IBF belt. And then the #1 contender of the IBF belt is Filip Hrgović or however you want to pronounce it, bruh. Now, if you don't know this, let me gist you a bit. Filip Hrgović, he actually took a stand-aside money from Usyk. So Usyk could fight Anthony Joshua, a champion. And then Tyson Fury, who is even a bigger champion, for 18 months now. By the way, the street has Usyk as the favored one to win a fight against Filip. So in case you are thinking about the word ducking right now, Usyk was never ducking Filip. He actually went out and fought all the biggest names you can ever mention in our generation in the history of boxing. So the word ducking is unapplicable in this case. That is just the truth, bruh. Despite the money accepted by Filip from Usyk, who is a no champion and even no name opponent, still the IBF strips Usyk from his IBF title. Well, folks, everybody wants to know why did Usyk get stripped by the IBF just after becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4 belt era? Well, the answer is simple. The managers of the IBF do not actually understand how combat sports works.
In my opinion, I mean,
it is actually amazing to me how amateurs somehow end up at the top, making decisions that impact the sports in such a massive way. But what do you actually think the IBF is communicating after stripping off Usyk? They think they are showcasing that they follow the rules no matter what. They actually believe that this makes them legit. But does that move do that? Well, the answer to that question is where they demonstrate that they are amateurs, bro. Maybe they are forgetting that boxing, just like any other major sports, is first business before it is a sport. Now, tell me, who do you want as your champion? Do you want somebody who is an elite, holding all 4 titles and actually defeating the WBC champion in the world, in Tyson Fury? Or you want a no-name contender who nobody knows? What you want is what the people believe, and you actually want to be at the right end of that belief. If the people actually believe that Usyk is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world because of the monumental achievement and dethroning Tyson Fury and beating Anthony Joshua twice, then you want him to be the one holding your belt because he's going to bring all the eyeballs to your event. Come on, bro. How am I the one teaching these people, bro?
Let him cook.
The more eyeballs and casuals comes to watch your event, the more the sports grows, the more money you make, and especially if you are the promotion that don't have to take punches to the head. I call this easy money without brain damage. Why would the IBF strip Usyk? The $1 million question. Well, the simple answer is they don't know how to run a sport as a business. To really understand how all this works, you first need to understand this. Let me school you on something. In psychology, there's something known as the effective truth. What is the effective truth and how does this relate to any of this? Hold on, let me break it down for you. It'll all make sense in a minute. In communication, words are just tools we use to communicate message. The words we often use has an underlying meaning. So for example, if someone comes to me and say, let's go to the club, and I end up saying, I am sick. Remember, the main message I'm communicating to the person is, I cannot go to the club. So the underlying communication word here or phrase here is, I am sick. But the main message I am communicating is, I don't want to go to the club. Simple as that. However, if I should say, I can't go to the club, the next response will be like, why aren't you coming? Everyone is going. Social pressure might set in, then bang, I'm in the club. But if I say I am sick, the other person will immediately assume 3 things. 1, I feel bad. 2, probably I'm contagious. And 3, I shouldn't go to the club. So effective truth allows one to communicate more information in less words. Disclaimer, please use this if you are truly sick. Do not use this on your friends. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. Do not go out there manipulating people because, it's not ethical. Now back to the analogy. Instead of saying I can't go to the club, I am sick is a much more effective way of communicating the same message. Okay, great. How does this relate to boxing? Well, if Philip beats Usyk in their mandatory fight, as Usyk is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, then the effective truth is IBF has the best fighters in the world.
Oh my!
At this point in the mind of people, will be claiming effortlessly that the so-called undisputed heavyweight champion of the world is actually number 2 in their league. Effectively, all the eyeballs going to watch Usyk while he is now the biggest in boxing are going to be watching your no-name fighters in Philip. Checkmate, money move right there. Come on, bruh. I do this. By the way, that's how you build stars of the game. So if Philip should win, IBF has the best fighters. Case closed. This is why I believe boxing needs promoters like Dana White, the owner of UFC, and Chael Sonnen, the greatest shit talker of all time. Yeah. If you don't know these people, you should check their channel out, but more on this later. There is no way Dana White doesn't see this coming from a mile away. The IBF dropped the ball. They laid an egg on this one. But let's get some facts straight. Was the IBF right in threatening to strip Usyk before Tyson Fury's fight? The answer is yes. Here's why. If Usyk loses to Tyson Fury, whilst the IBF threat is already public, the IBF is going to be like, well, we are going to strip him off because he was not going to fight our true contender in Philip. And that Philip is the uncrowned champion and the people's champion. And Usyk has never been the #1 champion. He has been ducking Philip for 18 months. This is where you need somebody like Chael Sonnen to run with this narrative. Now, for the casuals who do not know Chael Sonnen, here's a little background of him. Chael Sonnen has a fighting record of 45 fights, lost 15 of them, drew 1, but up until today, He's known to be the undisputed, undefeated champion simply because he told us.
Wait a minute!
The amazing thing is, whatever chill is selling, you were buying without knowing why you even bought it. But some way, somehow, you end up buying it. Like, this guy is too good to the point where he actually talked his way into every single major fight in his career. Selling out stadium, selling out press conferences. Have you heard this before? Like, crazy. Like, people couldn't get enough of him so bad that they were paying to be in the press conferences, not to talk of even the fight itself. Just get chill and give him the mic. I guarantee you, in 24 hours, all the sports stations will be saying Philip is actually the real champion, and Usyk has passed his prime. He's just 37 years old. Chill, son, bro. However, if Usyk wins, it doesn't matter because you, the IBF, would have made money in that fight because of the undisputed heavyweight champion as Usyk. Now Usyk could be coming with his new and old fans alongside with Tyson Fury and the haters who actually wanted to see Usyk lose so bad. I mean, everyone will be watching that match. Now, what happens? More prestige to your event as IBF, more money, and Usyk even winning means you have the best fighter as your champion. It's a win-win. It doesn't matter the outcome. So you could have just said, okay, Usyk should fight Philip before Tyson Fury's rematch or be stripped. But what did we see? Foolishness.
Bam, oh, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
Some of you might be asking, how about Fury and the rematch clause? How will you sell this to Fury to wait while Usyk and Philip conclude their business in the ring? First of all, Tyson Fury is already on record talking about the fact that the loser between him and Usyk, that fight, whoever loses goes home with his dick in his hand. You don't believe me? Just watch this.
Hi, Tyson Fury here. Just a quick one. I've been speaking to the lawyers today and Usyk's people are talking about rematch clauses and all that bollocks. Here's one to up the antes. How about there is no fucking rematch clause for both of us? Let's up the antes completely. Never worry about what's in the future and how many more dollars you can get after you've been defeated. Worry about the fight. April 29th, no rematch clause. The winner takes the glory. The loser goes home with his dick in his hand. How about that?
Beautiful. So there is that. He already destroyed his chances publicly for a rematch for making such a statement. Dana White will sell this easily to Tyson Fury. First of all, there's a contract regardless of what Tyson Fury said before that match that there was going to be a rematch. Ironic, isn't it? Because he publicly said the loser gets no rematch. But on the contract, you put a rematch clause as a sleight of hand move so that you can get yourself back into the picture in case you lose. Anyway, Dana White can go first of all. Usyk has been suspended from damage from the fight and that he cannot train too soon. And the October date is not a realistic date. He can leverage the IBF belt against Fury. He can also go light. If Fury does not fulfill his title obligations by fighting the rightful contender who has been waiting for 18 months, we are going to strip him off. Yes, because we want him publicly, we are going to do that. So even if Fury goes ahead without waiting and wins his bout in the rematch against Usyk, he still doesn't become the undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4 belt era because Usyk at the time will no more be the undisputed. Case closed. And remember, there's nothing more that Fury wants than to be called the undisputed heavyweight champion. And he just experienced somebody he calls the cruiserweight beat the shit out of him and take the title from him. If you, Fury, want a real shot in this, I suggest you go back home, rest up, train your ass off, and wait till Usyk actually defend his belt against Philip in a match he's favored to win in, and then fight him in a rematch where he will be at his highest point in his career, having to be the first person to defend all 4 belts since 1999. Then go back, beat him in a rematch, and take all the glory and become the undisputed. Simple as that. So now what is next for Fury? Well, if I was Fury's advisor, I would advise Fury to fight Anthony Joshua to actually determine who the real UK king is. Because there's a narrative that Fury is not the real UK king. Why? Because he has been ducking Anthony Joshua for years. And Anthony Joshua, being a smart man, he went all round, beat the shit out of all the past opponents of Fury better than Fury did. And if you actually watch Francis Ngannou versus Fury, you can actually tell that Francis Ngannou won that fight, regardless of the fact that the judges actually gave it to Fury. But the streets knows that the winner in that match was Francis Ngannou. This is where it gets more interesting. No disrespect to Francis, but Anthony Joshua completely destroyed Francis in the first round. So if Fury should fight Joshua in a match he's favored to win in, and if he actually wins, then Fury can literally say he was not ready for Francis, and that he didn't even take the match serious. And just like that, Fury will once again be at the very top, and it will be undeniable for him not to have the rematch at this point with Usyk. Now everybody will be talking about the rematch then. So now you have Usyk defending his undisputed belt against Philip for the first time, and then you have Fury beating Joshua to become the real UK king. Before you have both men clash again in an undisputed rematch for all the marbles. That could have been the case, but you have the IBF, out of ego and politics, pissed all over this, and without any strategy took the belt from Usyk. Now the replacement of Usyk is Daniel Dubois. So you have Philip versus Daniel Dubois, which is actually the B side of the equation. But don't get me wrong, these are incredibly good fighters as well, but not exciting as Usyk. I'm sorry. In my opinion, IBF didn't capitalize on Usyk's win to actually grow the sport and to make more money. Ego is the real winner here. Anyway, that's all for me today. Let me know what you think. Is the IBF right in all this? Leave your comment in the comment section. I'll read and answer all questions. I'll see you in the next one. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, kindly do so. And let's keep this going. It's your boy, Pretty Boy J. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.